All right, heading into week 2, my power rankings, and it's starting at number 5 with the Houston Texans. They got off to a great start playing the Indianapolis Colts. DeMeco Ryans done a great job since taking over as the head coach of that team. This game to me was about C.J. Stroud. He played so clutch and situational football. They were in the playoffs last year. They're going to be a tough team to beat all season long. Coming in at number 4, the Dallas Cowboys. What a performance going on the road against Cleveland, who also has a great defense. They suffocated them in the run game. They attacked that pocket. Deshaun was uncomfortable all day. And then on the offensive side of the ball, Dak made the plays when he needed to. They had a big play in the kick return game. They played well in all 3 phases. Coming in at number 3, the Detroit Lions. What a game they played. They showed a lot of resiliency, playing against a really tough Rams team who I think is going to surprise a lot of people this year. But Detroit got the ball in overtime, ran the ball down the Rams' throat there. And I know Dan Campbell loves tough, hard-nosed football. Well, he's got it with this team this year. Coming in at number 2, the San Francisco 49ers. Fresh off a Monday night victory at home against the Jets. What they did on offense without their best player on offense, CMC, they still found a way to dominate the run game. They played very well in pass defense against Aaron Rodgers. Obviously, he's coming off injury, but I loved everything I saw from the Niners on Monday night. And at number 1, who else? None other than the Kansas City Chiefs. Listen, they're the reigning Super Bowl champs. They cannot win the game on opening night and not be the best team. They're going to be tough to beat all year. Patrick played phenomenal. Chris Jones, what he did to wreak havoc in the pocket. They beat a great Ravens football team to start the year. I'm looking forward to seeing what the Chiefs do the rest of the season. There's going to be a lot of great matchups here in week 2, and I'll see you next Thursday.
Well, hello, good people. Mark Holmes here, and as always, I appreciate each and every one of you guys, as well as you ladies. And don't forget, this video is sponsored by BetUS. Definitely check out BetUS, and remember, YouTube 150 to get 150% matching with the fastest payouts in the industry. The Dallas Cowboys are 6.5 underdogs, and my dad, well, he's definitely taking the Dallas Cowboys. He's still not sure about that Giants-Commanders game, but we'll see. But definitely check out BetUS. Well, good people, we are here. We are knee-deep in week number 2 of the NFL season. I can't believe how quickly it's already going. We've got the Dallas Cowboys against the New Orleans Saints, and to me, this game is a key game. Seriously, this is a key game because we have some tough games that are coming up here, of course. We got the Baltimore Ravens next week, and, we got the 49ers around the corner. And it would be great to go ahead and get this first dub at home to start the process of maybe getting a little bit of momentum. Don't want to peak too soon. Don't want to peak too soon. There's nothing worse than blowing your wad too soon, because then you're in trouble, because then you got nothing left for the finish. And we all know we got to finish. Right, Shannon Sharp? Let me say hello to Lady Libra. What's up, Lady Libra? Of course, we've now had Cowboy Joe Boo's channel back for a week now. And let me say, help me, Rhonda, over on the other channel. I appreciate everybody who has been supporting that channel. It is great to have it back. Jeff Lee's in the house. Logan Motorsport was the first one in the house. Derek Young, what's going on? Let's see. David, I meant to call you, man. I'm stuck down here at the Red Brick House. I'm down here at the Red Brick House, so I'm not going to be able to get up for Sunday for the game at home. So forgive me. We'll be back next weekend. And it's Holly Pierce. What's up, Holly? Curtis, how are you doing, man? I hope you're holding up, man. Hope you're holding up, buddy. Sending thoughts and prayers to you, man. Fashionista 86 in the house. What's up, Fashionista? I'm assuming that's a lady. Okay. Philly D, over there, Potsnet. What's going on, Philly D? Let's see. Did I miss Kurt? We see Kim Hicks. What's up, Kim? How are you doing? Jeff Lee in the house. Mike Aldana, how are you doing? Jimbo, what's up? Let's see. Joseph Heatherly. Shout out to Joseph Heatherly. Joseph Heatherly, actually, I've got to get back with Joseph Heatherly. We're here at the Red Brick House, and, we're doing a walk of fame. a historic walkway to help raise money for getting the house registered on the National Registry, where you get one of those signs, the historic markers and stuff. And Joseph said he's going to donate some money so that way some of you guys can actually get a customized brick in our walkway, which will also help us to get the house registered on the National Registry. Shout out to Joseph Heatherly. And tell Maya I said hello. Joseph, don't get jealous. Don't get jealous, Joseph. Okay, don't shoot me, Wyatt Earp, okay? And let's see, who else is in the house? Want to make sure I don't miss any of the lovely ladies. Shermaid in the house. Derek Gimsley, what's going on? Mike Tyke, what's going on? Sir Jay, how are you doing? Okay, all right, so we got everybody caught up in here. I appreciate everybody tuning in and being part of the show. You know, here's the thing that we've killed the Cowboys, okay? Let's say, Gina Dallas Diva, what's going on? Jasmine, hey, what's going on, Jasmine? How are you doing? And, of course, help me, Rhonda. Rhonda, you double dipping. Oh, man. Okay. You double dipping on both channels. Just like Lady, look, I probably have to have the highest ratio of all the lovely ladies in the place for the style and the grace. And I appreciate it so much. Excuse me. I'm choking on it. So, we killed the Cowboys this offseason because we kept saying, oh, my God, we're not doing shit. We're not doing anything. Look at the Eagles. They go out. They sign Devin White. They go out and they get Saquon Barkley and stuff. We see all these teams making all these big moves and stuff out there. And here we are, Cowboys, the cheapskates that they are, least spending in free agency over the last 8 years, and so on, right? And we kill them. We kill them. Here was something interesting that happened here. And I'm going to ask you if you'd rather be, let's see, where is it? Hold it. Just listen to this. Since I've got Logan Motorsports and all the Eagle fans, I got to get up with the Eagles news too. So this is Devin White. And I recall Philly 500 going ape shit talking about Devin White. Devin White. Oh, my God, we got Devin White. What you got? Nothing. Ha, ha. That's what he was doing. He was going, ha, ha. He was literally going Simpson on us. Here's an interesting thing with Devin White.
Out there handling your business.
They said that you have a role on this team moving forward. Nick said they're going to need you. Did they describe to you what that role was?
You had to get it from him.
What happened to your ankle? Like when did that happen?
Just tweak, man. A lot of information. You know, some been working through. You know, with the training staff, they've been doing a good job of, you know, trying to get me well. You know what I'm saying? Just to make sure I can do everything I need to do.
How do you think you did? Is it the same foot as last year?
It is the same. Last year was more the foot. This is like up high. Something that just happened in practice, like a bad.
Game time, Brian.
Do you feel like you're going to be able to play this week?
Say it again?
Do you think you're going to be able to play this week?
I don't know. That's really out of my control. But could I be ready? We're still just taking it day by day.
You know how excited you were to get here, to come here and sign here. How disappointing is it that that you're not starting?
I don't know. I just keep the main focus, like, you know, just getting better and being able to help when I am called. You know, I kind of don't look at it that much. You know, being here, going through all the phases, you know, putting in all the work. You know, I still see the green grass on the other side. You know, I just gotta, you know, stay true to myself, keep doing what I've been doing all my life, and you know, to get myself here to the NFL, to this team, or whatever, and just be ready.
How did they tell you that Jacoby had won the position battle?
Shit, I don't know. I can't recall.
No, somebody did. Did Vic come to you?
No.
If there's a chance to start somewhere else versus just waiting here for your opportunity, is that something that you would welcome?
I don't know. Right now, I'm locked in with this team. You know, I came here to do a job. I know everything is well in front of me, so I just gotta do what I gotta do. You know, I made a good bond with these guys, and we in here every day getting better. Whether it's in the room, the classroom, on the field.
Okay, Logan Motorsports. I'm just saying that we as Cowboy fans, you know, are pissed off because we didn't get the big name guys. We didn't get the big name guys. And you got seemingly Devin White, one of the, big signings that you guys had, who Nakobe Dean is kind of ahead of, and has got, seemed to be in the doghouse, and people are asking him questions like, would you like to go someplace else? I'm just saying that you missed the point of it, that I'm saying that there's that situation where you definitely had a need at linebacker. Look, let's be clear. The Eagles and Cowboys both had problems at linebacker. We didn't have any. You had some, but they were just sorry ass. I mean, let's be clear here. And Devin White, as Philly 500, was going on. Oh my God, we got Devin White. Blah, 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 blah. You know how Philly 500 goes on. And what we found out is this is what he is.
Nothing hateful or anything like this. This is the kind of stuff that friends do. When you get.
Thank you for the super chat, my man. Appreciate it. Hey, can you tell me what ass balls are? It's like the view from the ass. You see the ball hanging.
Oh no! Okay, we got the definition of ass balls.
Umbrella man, David Super.
So I think what we're saying is he's ass balls. Now, on the other hand, we got Eric Kendricks on the cheap, right? Okay, this is a Stephen Jones type signing, cheap, lower than what he would have signed for San Francisco. And our guy goes out, has an interception, 2 sacks, and 9 total tackles. And so I didn't do this. Uh-oh, Philly D. Philly D in the house. Oh, snap. Philly D. Can we put Curtis GoFundMe in the chat? Money didn't make it. He needs more help. Okay, yeah, I need to get the link again. Oh, my goodness. I forgot. Can you post the link again, Curtis? And I'll pin it. Yes, definitely. Curtis lost his wife last weekend, and they have a GoFundMe going to help out with the funeral expenses. And if you could post that for me again, I'll pin it. I didn't didn't want to talk about Devin White to cut down the Eagles, so to say. That was not my thing. It was just a comparison. And because my comparison was, we always look at the Cowboys and say, we suck. We don't do anything in free agency. But I'm going to say, we signed Eric Kendricks, who made an immediate impact in comparison to the Eagles, who always seem to make these moves, and to let you know that they don't always work out. Now, that's not to say that Devin White doesn't get out of the doghouse and ends up being a productive player. This is a small sample size. It's a small sample size. But at the moment, you have to start looking at some of these things and saying, maybe the Cowboys are better in free agency, or maybe we need to reevaluate it a little differently. Because you got to say, Turpentine. That was a free agent signing. Turpentine, right? Kick return for a touchdown. Brandon Aubrey. That was a free agent move too, right? He arguably could be the best, but definitely the longest distance kicker in the NFL. That was a free agent signing, right? You could even say Terrence Steele, who went undrafted, who's your starting right tackle. So you can look and say, yeah, we don't sign the big names necessarily, but we have a lot of guys that were free agents that have been key players. You could say Malik Hooker was another one that the Cowboys signed on the cheap, that when we signed him, oh, man, we're getting an injured guy. Man, Cowboy, we don't do nothing. Why don't we go get Jalen Ramsey and something like that, make a big trade, right? We don't do that, but we do find players that seem to work out well. Vinny Hogan, Dustin Bosley, Roland's Review, how are you doing? Alan Williams. Right, those were XFL players. So it doesn't necessarily matter how you get the players. It's a matter that you do get them. And so what my point being is, maybe we need to reevaluate some of the stuff that we're actually doing. Let's give the Cowboys a little bit of credit, just a little, not too much, because we still ultimately need to get a Super Bowl. We got to get a Super Bowl. The real Cali Cowboys. Sup, Cowboys Nation. It's almost ADHD Autism Awareness Month. Everybody, please be aware. No matter who it is, we need sensitivity to people who have any of these conditions. Shout out to you. Awesome, Curtis. Thanks, man. Oh, there it is. Okay. I'm going to pin the GoFundMe for Curtis in the chat. And it's up to $1,410. Let's see if we can at least get it over $1,500 tonight. Let's see if we can set a goal of getting it over $2,000 by the end of the weekend. I think this is going to be going until October 7th, so there's some time to help get this together. So definitely help if you can. Anything will definitely help. Howard Floyd, what's going on, Howard? One thing we will be doing, and I'll make another donation before this chat is over with as well. One thing we're going to be doing, I don't know if you guys can see this. Let me say shout out to Miss Tracy. Okay, let me change. Maybe if I change camera angles, you can see it better. Let's see. Okay. Oh, thank you, Howard. It's finally working. Orange Super Chat came through. Check this out. We're going to be giving away some of these on Sunday, game day. Every time Micah Parsons gets a sack, we're giving one of these away. One of these or one of the plaques. But you got to look. Micah the Assassin. You got to love that one, okay? You got to love this shirt. I got to say, Miss Tracy and her creativity is off the chain, so definitely. Miss Hot Sauce is in the house. Oh, my goodness. Lola. Let's get Lola taken care of. Boom. Wrong one. Damn it. Okay. I'm burning for you. Before we get copywritten. Okay. The Lion linebacker. Love the shirt, Mark Holmes. Shout out to Miss Tracy. Yeah, she's doing some great work and stuff with it. Like anything, it's a learning process in getting stuff together. All right, so let's deal with the bad news. The bad news is, on the injury front, is Jake Ferguson. The good news is he's working out with the bands and stuff and the coaches on the sideline. The bad news is he won't be playing this weekend, of course. But the good news is that he's not playing this weekend, which is going to give him some time to heal, which is the bad news because he's not playing this weekend. But the good news is he didn't tear his ACL and he's lost for the season. But the bad news is he's not playing this weekend. But the good news is the MCL may heal quicker than what we thought. So take it however you want to. It's a good news, bad news type of thing. Other than that, the Cowboys, for the most part, are pretty healthy going to the game. Dustin, thank you, and thank you, everyone. We'll keep an eye on the GoFundMe. Let me see. We'll keep an eye on it and see as it changes and goes up by the end of the night. Back to the Dallas Cowboys and what we have to look forward to this weekend. We've got the Saints, who look like world beaters, and we're listening to the talking heads that are all going crazy and talking about how great Derek Carr looked and how sorry, I'm a little distracted here. How good Derek Carr looked and how good the defense looked for the Saints, and that they're just incredible and stuff. But it was the Carolina Panthers. The Carolina Panthers are about as bad gets. The Carolina Panthers may be there with the New York Giants, which are one step behind the Commanders. They are just bad. So I don't know if we can take a lot from what happened in that game of if New Orleans is really a good team or if they were just beating up on a bad team. And that, quite frankly, we could say the same thing about the Dallas Cowboys. We could say that maybe the Cowboys were we're playing against what may be a bad team, which we have to look at with Deshaun Watson and say, man, that guy was truly a one-hit wonder from 2020 where he had 30 TDs and almost 5,000 yards passing on a 4-12 team, and everybody thought he was a top 5 quarterback, and it turns out he is not one. Now, Dak Prescott, who always gets criticized for not going deeper in the playoffs, it seems to be a bit of a revisionist history, so to speak. It seems like since Dak Prescott has been signed that people are looking a little bit differently, or at least people are beginning to sound a little bit differently. You're hearing people like Bill Belichick that are talking about how good of a quarterback he is. And I kind of wonder if Bill Belichick is trying to get into the good graces of maybe being the coach of the Dallas Cowboys if Mike McCarthy fails. Dirty Sanchez, let's focus. Don't want this to be a trap game. They're a good team until we beat Rich P. That's right. Well, yeah. If you go back to ESPN, they were talking about how Deshaun Watson was going to, mollywop the Cowboys and stuff, and now all of a sudden he is, a pariah. Derek J., 2 sacks for Michael on Sunday. Ty Howard, it's best to let him rest. I agree with you on that one. I don't want to rush him out there because if you think back to Dalton Schultz's last year here when he was on the franchise tag, he had hurt his knee, but basically I think it was an MCL as well. And he was worried about losing his position, especially being on the franchise tag. And he came back, and he never seemed to be, quite right. Oh, got something in my throat here. But Dak has received so much criticism about not going deep in the playoffs. And the same can be said for Derek Carr. What Dak was asked about was how he feels about not going deeper in the playoffs. And his response was, I'm worried about beating Derek Carr right now, Derek Carr and the Saints. We'll worry about the playoffs when we get there. Understand what we've been doing in the past. I get that. It's about being present. That's how I'm able to do that. Understand the guys that I have, the team that we have, and the focus that we have right now. It's week by week, and that's what it is right now. Walker Wade, shout out to Walker Wade. Now, this is Real Football Show, John Gruden. Yeah, Walker, I'm going to do this just for you because shout out to Walker Wade because Walker Wade, he sends me messages on a regular basis, and unlike some of the ones I get from 49er fans, they're not hate-filled. But John Gruden, okay, Gruden Grinders, he is back. Tomorrow I go to the show. What show are you going to there? Tomorrow, game time? Oh, RV show. Okay. Snap. Have fun with that one, man. I've been seeing some videos with a lot of these high-end RVs that they've got problems with. I was actually reading a thing on the RVs, and they were saying you're better off buying a used one because they've gotten all the kinks and stuff out of it, and you find out if you really got a lemon. Because they had one that was like a $800,000 brand new RV that was supposed to be top of the line, and literally 100 miles down the road, sucker is cracking and shit's not working, it's leaking and everything else. And it's like if I had that kind of money and spent that kind of money on an RV and it's brand new and it's like that, oh hell no. Thomas Garrett, what's up? Okay, so a little bit on John Gruden about Dak Prescott.
He went to the Jets, played there forever. They got a rookie first-round pick named Guyton playing left tackle. That's interesting. Now, I watched Guyton in the preseason. I saw him last week. He's got long arms. He has some pop. He can really reach and run in the running game, but he will be tested by the Saints' defense. They also have a rookie center. Now, knock on the grease board if you're with me there. That is different.
It's different.
Like the Cowboys with the rookie center and a rookie left tackle, that's something you better keep an eye on in this game. Because if I'm Dennis Allen, I'm going to try to put the heat on these two guys. The thing that's interesting about Dallas is Zeke Elliott is back. I've always liked Zeke because he can do it all. He can pick up blitzes, he can catch it out of the backfield, and he can make a lot of hidden yardage. He makes some great 4- and 5-yard runs. And
he made some really good blocks.
But there's another back in Dallas, number 23. He's flickering like a Gruden grinder.
Like a Gruden grinder.
I'm learning about him. You should learn about him yourselves. Watch out.
He's getting a little belly on him.
The game a lot. Use him. CeeDee Lamb. He gets all the credit, and rightfully so. He can line up everywhere. He's outstanding after the catch. He has great stamina. He never comes off the field. He doesn't get tired. And he held out most of training camp. That was astonishing last week, the effort that he played with. But the guy behind the scenes not enough people talk about is Brandon Cooks. He still has extraordinary quickness. I mean, he can stop and start. He can go inside, outside, double move. The guy has a great inventory of routes. Fun to watch. And they have 2 unsung heroes in their receiving corps. I don't know who this guy is, Tolbert, but he's a great 50-50 ball guy. And when Prescott heaves it up there, Tolbert can come up and get it, man. And they got this little guy, Turbin. I think he came out of the XFL or the USFL or one of those FLs. He is
one of those
XFLs.
XFLs.
And in the return game, he can kill you. We must keep an eye on Ferguson, their outstanding tight end. He got hurt last week against Cleveland. He's a big part of this offense. And if he's down, that'll put a little pressure on some other guys in that tight end position room. And McCarthy likes tight ends. The Cowboys used a lot of 21 personnel. And for all you guys that watch Gruden Loves Football, in the glossary,
Gruden Loves Football.
21 was 2 backs, 1 tight end, and 2 receivers. They used the fullback a lot last week against Cleveland, and it regulated the Browns. And it set up some nice bootlegs and play-action passes, so keep an eye on that. But circle the name Prescott.
Lovely Linda.
Okay, he's polarizing to some people, but his bootlegs, his scrambling ability, and the threat of Prescott keeping it on the zone read is a real problem for defenses, and I think that is the winning edge for the Cowboys. How many plays can Prescott make, and how can we neutralize that cat if we're the New Orleans Saints? Now, looking at the Saints defense, they're led by a great defensive head coach in Dennis Allen. They've had a lot of
great middle linebacker,
a lot
Demario
of players
Davis.
have been together on that side of the ball for
Howard
years.
Floyd.
Mario Davis, Cam Jordan, Tyrann Mathieu, Marshawn Lattimore. There's some familiar faces over there that know this system, but they also have some new blood now. They got a new safety man, Howley. He's in his 2nd year from Minnesota. He had 2 interceptions last week. They brought in Chase Young from the San Francisco 49ers last year's a couple years ago. He was the number 2 overall pick. And they brought in Willie Gay from the Kansas City Chiefs.
From the Commanders.
And every down sideline to sideline
Brian
tackling
SoCal.
machine if needed. So they have some depth now.
But,
They have
I
some
like
new
that.
guys to supplement
Thank you,
some
Howard.
really quality players. The big thing you deal with Dennis Allen is multiplicity. A lot of different fronts, a lot of different blitzes, and a lot of different player combinations. You got to keep an eye on this 3-down package when they use it in 3rd down. I'll show it to you in a minute. But they come from everywhere. They have
we got enough of the Gruden grinders there for you guys. Thoughts? John Gruden is back, and he looks like he's got more belly to go with him. All right, so back to the Cowboys. I want to know, are you guys, are we buying into the hype? Have the Cowboys sucked us back in? Because it's almost, it's too soon. It's too soon, Mark. It's too soon. Just stop it. Stop it. Stop it. But here's what I like more than anything else right now. I feel like for once, when you heard what, I had the quote from Dak and everything else, when they're saying, well, what about the playoff? Listen, only thing I'm focused on right now is the New Orleans Saints. And see, for me, that was the problem for the Cowboys last year. You can say what you want about Jordan Love, who's got the MCL injury right now, and you have to say if he's going to miss the 3 to 6 weeks, that Green Bay's season may not be that good. It may not be that good. In the same way, you think about Miami right now, the teams that were good last year may not be this year. But Dak saying, I'm focusing in right now on New Orleans. I swear that it wasn't a matter of the Cowboys were not as good as the Green Bay Packers. I think the Cowboys were believing the hype. That the Cowboys, looking at the Green Bay Packers, okay, let's all be clear. Let's be clear here. The Packers sneaked into the playoffs because they sucked the first half of the season. And they had an easy schedule. And if you're the Dallas Cowboys, who out of nowhere, all of a sudden, the Eagles fall off the face of the earth, you now all of a sudden are the NFC champs. You're the number 2 seed. You're playing at home where you've won 16 games in a row. You figure, the playoffs don't start for us till the following week. Man, it's just Green Bay coming in. Man, this is nothing. Because we literally had Sam Williams promoting a victory party on Saturday. That you literally were looking past the Green Bay Packers. And this is the freaking NFL. 1 or 2 bad plays, and all of a sudden the onslaught's on and you get your ass handed to you. And to me, more than anything else, that was the Dallas Cowboys' problem. They won a few games, they got big head, and they were satisfied. They were satisfied that all we got to do is show up and we're going to freaking win. And that's what gets you beat. So when I see Dak Prescott saying, listen, we'll deal playoffs so we make playoffs. We got to deal with New Orleans right now. We deal with the team that's in front of us. The other stuff will come later on and we'll deal with it then. This was great to me listening to our rookie, Tyler Guyton. I'm old enough to remember the Chaz Green game. I don't know if you guys are. In 2017, Chaz Green, I feel bad for the man. Chaz Green was put in because Tyron Smith got hurt. And going against a guy, Claiborne, that nobody had heard of. It wasn't going against Myles Garrett. It was Claiborne, a guy nobody had heard of. Claiborne cleaned his clock out. He got 5 sacks on him, and Jason frickin' Garrett and Scott Linehan weren't smart to say, let's get him some help. Because they proceeded to give up 9 sacks to the Atlanta Falcons that day. 9 sacks to the Atlanta Falcons. Claiborne, he got paid a boatload of money off of that game to go to Cleveland and was never really heard from against. So Tyler Guyton, going against the defending defensive player of the year, a grown-ass man in Myles Garrett, and he did give up 1 sack. And you could look at that and say, hey, you ain't the only one that's giving up sacks. There's veterans out there that are giving up sacks to that guy. Good job. But this is what he said. He was blunt in his assessment. His assessment was poorly. The situation is against a good player, and Myles Garrett is like that on the road. Couldn't even hear the calls. Odds were against me, and I didn't think it was terrible. I felt like I could have been a lot better. He gave up 1 sack and gave up 4 pressures on 13 shots against him. I'm going to say, we're talking about, help me, Rhonda. New York Hubby is watching on the big screen. Oh, man. Well, Rhonda, I'm going to have something for him since he is a New York Giant fan. I'm going to bring him a little taste of nostalgia in just a second. The fact that you only gave up 4 pressures and, in a sack on 13 tries against Myles Garrett, that's better than Chaz Green. So he'll face Chase Young and Carl's Gradson. So he's still going to have his hands full, but it won't be like with Myles Garrett. So the fact that we're getting guys that don't seem to be satisfied, to me, is a good thing. Because no matter how good you are, you can always be better. Now, the Cowboys may have a little bit of a break. Marshawn Lattimore, their great cornerback, doesn't look like he's going to be able to play. If he does, he's going to be limited. That could be that CeeDee Lamb really gets the feast in this game, and we'll see where it goes with that. Doesn't seem like Dalvin Cook is going to be activated for this game, but it sounds like he might be activated the following week. Awesome. So let me see if I've got this is a flash from the past here of New York Giants greatness, Rhonda. One of the many treasures. Shay, what's up, Shay? How are you doing? One of the many treasures that I've come across on the old channel.
It's a quiz show.
Yeah! Touchdown! That's right!
Is there a flag?
No. Well, the flag already happened, so you don't need that.
What?
Hold on.
I don't believe this. I don't believe this.
Rasheed,
you don't believe that?
I don't believe this.
You mean that Dak Prescott has 4 TD passes? 4 TD passes in the game?
Rasheed gonna cry when he get in the car.
Okay. Wait. Hold it. Did Dak Prescott have 4 TD passes? Did he go down here on 4th and 15 and throw a touchdown pass?
Yeah, that's right.
Oh my God, they're going for 2. Holy moly. They're going for the jugular here.
Wait a minute. We've never done this before. What's happening?
Oh my God.
Come on. Hit 45. Come on.
Yeah! Oh, yeah!
Oh my God!
This is.
Didn't I say go for 2?
I don't believe it. This just got worse.
He gonna cry when he get in the car. Watch.
Oh my!
I miss Rasheed so much. My God, I miss him. Mark looking skinny. I got some of these videos out there. I'm not looking quite that. Look, we've had an up and down battle with our weight. Let's put it that way, okay? I'm kind of like Oprah. Sometimes you get fat Oprah and you get skinny Oprah, okay? So, yeah, that was about 7 years ago. No, we didn't, Glimmer Man. We didn't win the Super Bowl. But we did beat the Giants. But then again, we do that every year. Rasheed was my buddy, man. I miss Rasheed so much. Whew. My dude, we all miss him. Yeah, well, them boys kick. You got to see him up close and personal, man. You got to really meet him and things. And those last 8 months that he was here, I really got to know him, and I can say I truly missed him. Jeff Lee in the house. What's going on? Appreciate everybody on the other channel watching as well. Last night was really cool because I've never seen a skinny Oprah. You need glasses. Okay, there's Dirty Sanchez. There's different levels. Sometimes she's skinnier than others, bro. Okay? Jeez, come on, man. Leave Oprah alone, okay? Last night, Michael Anthony Fitness and Damn Gina started texting me about 11 o'clock. I had just finished doing my fireside chat, and they said, I Am Athlete, man, is premiering Tad and Dak Prescott. I'm like, what is I Am Athlete? I'm like, what is that? And I didn't know. I didn't know that it was like a YouTube channel. And so he sent me the link, and I started watching it, and it was a premiere. Evidently, they haven't posted anything on the channel in quite a while, and this was the first thing that's been back on there, was Tad and Dak talking. And this is one of those things that Dak gets so much hate, from people like Colin Cowherd, who literally at one point said, Dak is like the trust fund kid that whenever, everything goes right for him. And I was kind of like, do you know he grew up in a trailer park? I mean, how are you putting trust fund kid in there? But if you are a Dak Prescott fan, it's about 23 minutes long, and it is really, really phenomenal getting to know Dak Prescott and what he has become. His goal in life, and I think he never wanted to leave the Cowboys, contrary to what we may have said, because I've said, if I'm Dak Prescott, I got to have to look at it and say, do I want to stay in Dallas? If the Cowboys aren't going to really try and do some things to win, I mean, we all, when you're in this situation, you have to question and look at all sides of the equation and try and figure out what's going on, because none of us are a fly on the wall where we really know what's really going on behind the scenes. And he does not want to not be a Dallas Cowboy. He wants to be here, and he wants to win here. And he recognizes how winning a Super Bowl here would make you immortalized. And that is the truth. And so now he's got more money than, that his great-great-grandkids will probably be able to spend. And he's guaranteed that he is going to have that money. Now, the focus needs to be on getting that Super Bowl win. Here's a little excerpt from that. Let me see if do I have the, why does it keep going to that one? Jeez.
That with all that pressure that you want put on yourself, I mean, I've gone viral defending you online against all the bullshit, all the noise, the talking heads on TV, whoever they may be. And in so many interviews, everything, you continuously say that you block it out. And I watch it. I mean, I see it day to day, but I've never asked you face to face, like, bro, like, how do you truly block that out?
It's easy to not turn on the TV.
Yeah.
What you see is what you become.
Mm-hmm.
And I truly believe that if you see too much negativity, you'll become negative. If you see too much positive, you'll become too positive, and that's not real in this world of adversity. So for me, it's about staying neutral. It's about being myself, understanding what I can control each and every day, and keeping my mindset solely on that. Nobody's opinions have ever defined me, and they never will. I was told long ago I wouldn't be the quarterback at the high school that we were at. I wouldn't be a quarterback in college. I would be a tight end in the NFL. And it's not necessarily about proving anybody wrong. It's about proving myself right. And every day that I wake up, I have another opportunity to do that. And I'm gonna be cheating myself. I'm gonna be cheating MJ, cheating my family, cheating anybody that believes in what I believe in if I don't focus on that and solely on that. And when you do that, the noise becomes a joke.
Yeah.
Whether it's too good or whether it's haters. The same people that love you are sometimes the same people that are waiting to knock you down. So I don't ever really allow other people's opinions to define me. And that's why I say I'm my own worst critic, and my standards and expectations for myself are greater than anyone else has for me, because I wake up every day wanting to be better than the man that I was yesterday, and not just in the game of football, but in life. And I know if I continue to do that, nobody can put limitations on anything I can do.
Amen on that. So he is truly all in with football, and he's blocking out all of the haters and things. The thing about football is it's not for long, as the old saying goes. And as we witnessed last night with Tua going down, as soon as he hit, I knew that it was done. I just knew that hit. I was like, oh shit, here we go again. The thing about football is you're always one play away from being out. The fact that it was Damar Hamlin, who literally 2 years ago died on the field, who ended up hitting Tua, and it wasn't a vicious hit or anything like that, but that seeing his body contort the way it did, it was just bad. And you wonder if he should be playing football anymore. It seems like more people really have gotten on the whole bandwagon about saying that he should retire. Now, ultimately, I think it really has to be up to him, because it's his quality of life, but he needs to make sure he gets all the information that's possible. Now, here's an interesting take for us right now. After going through the whole Dak Prescott contract, and maybe the Joneses ended up bringing in Trey Lance because they were trying to put some pressure on Dak Prescott to try and get a deal, or maybe they thought, here we can get this younger guy who's going to be cheaper, who can replace Dak Prescott, in spending the 4th round pick. Here's the reality. He has no contract after the season. and he couldn't beat out Cooper Rush right now. And I don't know that you want to get rid of Cooper Rush, but already you're seeing quarterbacks that are going down. Now, I don't know that Green Bay is looking for another quarterback. Seeing Jake Ferguson, at least begin to work out and possibly back maybe next week. And we've heard that, Jordan Love may be back as well. But when you look at a situation like Tua may not be back all season, or if he is, it's going to be quite a while before he is back. And Miami may need to be looking elsewhere for a quarterback. You could look at the New York Giants that look at right now and say, yeah, we're on the chain for Daniel Jones for this season, paying him. But you may look and say, we need to try something else, because that just putting him out there because we spent $40 million for him, that ain't helping us any. And if you're the coach, you got to be worried about losing your job, and you need to try and do something. And that might be a possibility that the Cowboys could trade Trey Lance to maybe New York, because he's literally that bad. If you're also the Cleveland Browns, who it seems like the Cleveland Browns are trying to find an exit ramp to keep from having to pay Deshaun Watson his money. I think that's the reason why they ended up kicking his money down the road, and now all of a sudden there's a case that's popped up all out of nowhere that could actually be Marylon. What's going on, Marylon? How are you doing? That could be the out that they're looking for with Deshaun Watson, and you may want to be looking at a quarterback from elsewhere. So you start to see, this is only after 1 week, that there's very few quarterbacks to go around. I mean, they're talking about who else? Who else is out there? If they're any good, they're starting. If they're any good, they're starting. And there's some that are starting that aren't any good. So that may be a possibility. And the Cowboys stand to get absolutely positively nothing if they don't move him by the end of the season, or they have to sign him to another contract. And I don't know that they want to sign him to another contract. Trey's going to stay for cheap and keep learning under Dak. Well, maybe. But let's say you get a third-round draft pick. Who would be mad about that? Maybe you can trade him for a player that you need, a running back, or, you never know. He's going to wear the extra padded practice helmets. I don't know that. Here's the thing. I can't remember who said this, but it's true, because here's the problem with head trauma. A football helmet helps you keep from getting your skull cracked. It keeps you from having fractures. But the problem is unlike a woodpecker, okay? Basically a woodpecker, and I'm probably going to say this the wrong way terminology-wise, but a woodpecker who's basically his brain is like on bands. So his brain can move around with all of that high speed, okay? And it doesn't affect his brain. The problem with the human brain is you can have that helmet, but the brain is still moving. Like when you're in a car and somebody slams on the brakes and you go flying forward? That's what your brain's doing when you get hit. And what's happening is your brain is literally smashing into the skull. Now, some people are hard-headed, and it doesn't affect them. Okay? I've been hit in the head many, many times, although I've had a few concussions my damn self. Some people, that squeezes the brain, you get brain bleeding, you end up having these effects like he had. Clearly, that was bad. According to Twitter, Tua is retiring. I don't know. I let's see. That must be new. Is that recent? Of course, there's always a speculation. I don't know if it's actually true or not on that. Although, I take the money and run, bro. Take the money and run, because you got to start saying, I can't get hit again. It took him months to recover from the ones 2 years ago. Philly D, you've had 2 concussions from sports. You probably have had more than that watching the Eagles sometimes. I swear, watching the Eagles is like a train crash too. The brain is rotating in the skull, and that's the problem. At Brock Tutty, yeah, facts. The journey is wild, but you feel more hurt in the end. Derek, you learn from protected head. Barry Reed, we're all wealthy, and we all run Mercedes and mansions. Don't F with us. I'm missing mine there, Rhonda. I don't have a Mercedes. Not that I'd want one. And I don't live in a mansion. I live in an old broke-down house. 200-year-old broke-down house. Ginger Rogers, what's up, Ginger? How's the new channel coming? Uh-oh, Ginger Rogers. What is your channel? Is it called Ginger Rogers? Uh-oh, hold up. Ginger Rogers. We're going to go to Ginger Rogers' channel. She made her first video, and it just got posted. And, I can't be the first one to subscribe to your channel. Oh. Okay, I'm going to watch it after the show here. And, Ginger, congratulations on your first video. I am the number 4 subscriber on your channel. And Ginger Rogers, let me put her. This is a link for Ginger. Brand new channel. What the heck? Hold up. Ginger's channel. Let's put that in the boom. There you go, Ginger. I am number 4 subscriber. And shout out to you for getting out there, because that ain't easy. I remember when I had my concussions, when I had a bad seizure. You know, Thomas, well, we're old enough to remember, you know, it used to be for us, it was a rite of passage. You weren't a football player until you had a blue dot hit, because you'd literally see blue dots. You would hit, and you'd see stars. You know, like if you're old enough, you remember seeing Wile E. Coyote laying out there, and he's looking, yeah, literally, you would see stars. And, we didn't know any better back then. We didn't. And this is where you kind of have to say, maybe Tua, you know, this is not good, bro. And you looked at their coach. Oh, boy, McDaniel. Geez, he looked all day. He looked like he was teary-eyed. And maybe he already knows that the end is there. And I'm going to say the shine is kind of off that guy. And we constantly, as Cowboy fans, we're never satisfied. We're never satisfied. We always think that there's something better out there. Better running back, better quarterback, better coach. Because we always just say, like fantasy football, you know, get rid of that guy and get somebody else in here. But I don't know. I don't know when you look at the coaches that are out there. And at the moment, if you get rid of Mike McCarthy, Bill Belichick would be about the only one that you look at and say, okay, that guy's got a resume. But how many people do you think out there are going to do a better job than what Mike McCarthy is doing? It's not like we haven't had some good people here. I mean, we had Bill Parcells, one of the best in the business, who had a hard time working with Jerry Jones and things. I mean, I almost look at it and say, in comparison to Jason Garrett, who was a family favorite, that Mike McCarthy has done a stellar job. You can't look at the Cowboys and say they've done what other teams have done to try and help the situation. I mean, getting rid of Amari Cooper and Cedric Wilson and not replacing those guys, literally going into the season with one receiver that caught a touchdown pass, is insane. But yet somehow they continue to win. I know it's not what everybody wants, but in comparison, I'll take 12-5 3 years in a row over 8-8 3 years in a row, or 5-11. And so we have to get out of this thing of saying we just need somebody else, because somebody else is starting all over. Now, Bill Belichick seems to be putting his hat out there because he's constantly praising the Joneses, their front office, and getting in the players and praising Dak Prescott, that I think he is literally on deck. Everybody's look at see. Y'all thirsty brothers. Y'all thirsty. Look, everybody. Oh, I subbed. No, actually, shout out to everybody who subbed to Ginger's channel. It's and I'm gonna be real with you guys. This is not easy to do. I have been doing it a while now, and it's easy right now. But you go through a lot, and I mean a lot when you do YouTube. It's been great for me to actually go back and see my original channel and see, where I started with the lack of equipment and how raw it was and how nervous I was and things, and see how you grow. But some of y'all out there, man, y'all are rude. Please respect Ginger, okay? Be cool. Don't go over there and be an asshole, okay? And don't forget, if you can, help out with Curtis and his family. Curtis lost his wife unexpectedly, only 39 years of age, and they're working on arrangements for her. The GoFundMe is open until October 7th. So if you can help out, $5, $10, anything would be a blessing for him. Right, Mark? Yeah, Rhonda, you know how it is, Rhonda. Derek J, YouTube is hard work. Nothing easy about it, but it's fun. It can be a lot of fun. And also, too, I'm going to say that when I look around, when you think about being the man cave last weekend, with the exception of Michael, everybody that was at my house was one of you guys originally. And that's where I'm blessed to have created so many different relationships and friendships because of YouTube. We don't want Bill. He's too old. Well, I'm just saying, Mary Lon, that's the name that's out there. But I don't know that you want to necessarily start all over. I mean, you got your quarterback, you got your wide receiver, you're going to have your generational talent linebacker. And for me, I think it would actually be a mistake. I mean, unless somehow the Cowboys just went off a cliff. I look at what Mike McCarthy is doing with Dak Prescott in this offense and say, I don't know that you're going to get much more out of that. Rhonda says, yes, a lot of hard work, and I love it. I still have a content creator hangover. Yeah, but if you work hard, constantly, and I'm going to tell you, it's a lot of work, and it's a lot of haters. But in the end, there you go. Boom. So with hard work, and that's true on anything, you work hard, you will succeed. Sunday, tomorrow, 5 o'clock Eastern, we'll be doing our members chat. And don't forget that everybody who did a super chat today, of course, are going to be entered in our drawings. We're going to be doing those drawings for, boom, the Micah Parsons Assassins shirts, as well as plaques and stuff. And I've been going back and forth from the Red Brick House to my house in Northern Virginia and stuff. And so it's been kind of disconjointed, but we'll get it together. Cowboys Browns week 1 dog pound found uploaded video. Don't know what the F I'm doing. Wait a minute. I love weed. You got a channel too now? I love weed. Wait a minute. Is it I love weed? Okay. I'm number 18 subscriber then. Well, I'll be damned. Shout out to I Love Weed, man. Are you going to smoke any J's? Okay, I was just asking. Are you going to pass the Dutchie from the left? Shout out to I Love Weed. Okay. All right, everybody getting in here on it. Time flies by fast. Bang, bang, Philadelphia. Well, here we are in week 1 already, so time does fly fast. So, thoughts on if the Cowboys get the win. New Orleans is always tough. You got Dak Prescott, who has got all his family and stuff from Louisiana, and of course all that. They who dat. He's who Dak, and sending them the finger emoji. I think the Cowboys get the win. I think the Cowboys offense is going to score a bunch of points. I'm going to say 28-14. 28-14. Jeff Lee, I will do that. Tell her that she's the greatest T-shirt maker. I'm not going to make her head swell. I'm not going to make her head swell because she's working on it. She's learning. I I think she will be. I think she will be. And she's definitely heading that direction. Stain's looking mean. Well, unfortunately, Brock Turdy, I got my buddy DeMario Davis over there, and I've got John Ridgway over there and stuff, but we ain't friends this week. But that defense of theirs is no joke. And it'll be a good test for the Cowboys. New Orleans is a really good running team, and this will be another good test to see if this defense is for real or not. Cowboys should win 32-17, Evan says. That at the 70s fan, Dak, who? Yeah, who Dak? Who Dak is right. Who Dak? Not who dat, who Dak. I've been talking to her on Facebook, but we've never made it official. She passed away before I could tell her how I felt about her. Cowboys should win 30. Okay. My favorite player is Manny Trillo all time. Okay. Who does Philly play next week? They play Monday night against Atlanta. So, of course, Atlanta, another one of those always hyped up off-season teams that I think suck. So there you have it. All right, good people. We are ready to get up out of here. And as always, I appreciate everybody. Marcus Adams, B. Ramones, no way. Welcome back, Mark. I am back. And it's crazy because now I got two channels I got to put content on. I got to do a better job of working with that. And I'm not sure exactly what I'm going to do with the other channel, but I'm so glad I have it. At least I got a backup. I got a backup plan. And as always, I appreciate everybody, and I'll see you guys 5 o'clock tomorrow. If you are a channel member, go to the community tab tomorrow. We'll have the link in there so you can join the show and discuss what you want to discuss about the Cowboys. Peace out.
Oh, shit. Oh, no, I shouldn't have.
Find a way.
Star Power, shout out to you.
Are we done with Morrow yet? He's bad. Yeah, but, who are we going to go to? That's the question.
Oh, boy. Waiting for the meltdown.
Who do you go to?